Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike the intern, Ned Reynolds in the studio. Thank God it's Friday. So, Kansas City Chiefs, there's word that Mr. Mike Williams might be landing on the team.
Unlikely.
You don't think so?
I think it's more like Marquise Brown from the Arizona Cardinals.
Hollywood also heard that name too, and I think if they can get him to a one-year deal.
It's a one-year deal is what he would sign, and that would be later today. Now, the Chiefs were in a bidding war with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and apparently the way I'm guessing this is the Chiefs have waved the white flag because they don't think he can get Tyler Boyd from Cincinnati. Boyd's a good player, but he wanted to leave Cincinnati and go back home. He played at Pittsburgh, so he wants to be with his hometown team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they were trying to outbid the Chiefs, and I think the Chiefs said, hey, no mas, we've got somebody else. Now, Marquise Brown, who they're likely to get, is a good, he's not real big, but he's a good player. All-America, Oklahoma, when he was there. He's only about 5'9", 5'8", 5'9", but very quick and a very good receiver. Has had an inconsistent year with the Arizona Cardinals last year, but then again, that's understandable. They change quarterbacks about every game, and Kyler Murray was only in there for a short time. So I think Marquise Brown would be a big help, and it would be a one-year contract just to see what he can do. And, of course, those one-year contracts are very expendable. You can cut the player and not owe them anything. So it's kind of a fluid situation.
See what happens. It's crazy that it's still kind of in the early stages and there haven't been any kind of blockbuster deals yet as far as I'm concerned.
The Chicago Bears got Keenan Allen.
That's a pretty big deal, but it's still not. They're not. It just seems like it's been kind of transactional this week is what I'm getting.
Well, they need the key players.
Yeah, for sure. Missouri State Lady Bears begin their tournament play tonight. Who are they facing?
They're going to be playing Murray State tonight at, I think it's 8:30 is when they play up at Moline, Illinois in the Rock Island area. And this is the Quad Cities area. And this is called Hoops in the Heartland. This is the Women's Missouri Valley Conference Tournament. The team from Murray State, Murray, Kentucky, got there by winning last night over Bradley in a qualifying game, 87-49. And now this is, you call that a blowout? Well, that's exactly what it is, or more. And it did give, it's an advantage for Murray State, gave them a chance to rest some of their top players since they didn't need to be in there. But that's who the Lady Bears play. It'll be the Lady Bears and Murray State tonight. Winner going on to the semifinals tomorrow, and then hopefully for the Lady Bears, the championship game on Sunday.
Last but not least, we know that the Missouri State Bears are done for the season, but there are other city college teams in play for some postseason action. Who are they and where are they?
Evangel and the Drury Lady Panthers, and they are both playing today. The Evangel, the NAIA, Mike, used to be in two divisions, Division I, Division II, and the Division II games were played here. By here, I'm talking down at College of the Ozarks in Branson at Point Lookout, and drew big crowds. But since the demise of that tournament, the NAIA has decided to go to one all-encompassing tournament across the country. So the NAIA teams are now in regional competition. And Evangel is playing in one of those regional games. They go to Waxahachie, Texas. That is the campus of Southwestern Assemblies of God, and that's a very good athletic program. And tonight, and it may be late this afternoon, as a matter of fact, Evangel will play Florida Memorial, and the winner of that one goes on to the regional championship, and maybe from there on into the national finals up in Kansas City. The Lady Panthers, who are nationally ranked, play in the Midwest Regional in Allendale, Michigan. Allendale's not too very far away from Detroit. It's the campus of Grand Valley State. And who is Drury playing? They're old friends from Ashland University in Ohio, which just so happens to be the number one team in the country. Ashland is 31-1 on the year, and that's who Drury faces, and that game is this afternoon around 1 o'clock. We'll see what happens to the Lady Panthers. They're good, but can they stay with Ashland? I think they can. We'll find out.
Do you have some representation in the state high school basketball tournaments? How far are teams right now?
Well, the Marshfield Lady Jays came away with a third-place finish in girls Class 5, and that's very good. They won their third-place game yesterday, beating Smithville, which is up in northwest Missouri. Marshfield 47, Smithville 32, and the state championship was won by the team that eliminated Marshfield from the championship, and that's John Burroughs. So the John Burroughs girls team is the Class 5 state champion. Okay, who do we have representing the area? Well, Logan Rogersville plays this morning at 10 o'clock, and they are playing the boys team from John Burroughs. And yet this is, Mike, a Class 4 game. Now, wait a minute. The girls are Class 5, and the boys are Class 4? Well, how does that work? I'll tell you exactly how it works. John Burroughs is a private school, and the state has a rule. If the private school wins a championship, they go up a class automatically. It's kind of a punitive measure. Does it really work? No, maybe sometimes. Anyway, Logan Rogersville plays John Burroughs in the Class 4 semifinal, and that'll be this morning. Later this afternoon, Mike Holmes' alma mater, the Kickapoo Lady Chiefs, will be on the court. They will be playing in the Class 6 girls semifinal, and they're playing Koryezu from St. Louis. The winner likely to play Incarnate Word. Incarnate Word plays later on tonight. Incarnate Word, folks, has won 129 straight games. And then in the boys Class 6, and this is great, I love it, for the first time in over 60 years, Springfield Central's boys team is in the Final Four. They will play Cardinal Ritter from St. Louis, and that'll be the semifinal game. The Central Bulldogs are pretty good. They're also pretty young. Coach Epps has done a very nice job, and indeed we wish all of them a whole lot of good luck.
Yeah, man, it's great to see when you have your city teams, especially Central, getting there when they haven't been there in so long, and thanks for representing us so well. Got a big golf tournament this weekend, and after the St. Patrick's Day Parade tomorrow, when am I taking a nap?
You will do so in the afternoon, but this is a big tournament now. This is what the players consider to be, euphemistically, the fifth major among all the players. The other four, everybody knows about them. This is the fifth. It's called the TPC, the Tournament Players Championship, and they're playing it at Sawgrass and Ponte Vedra, Florida. A very, very tough course. First-round leaders, both at 7 under par, two of the best in the world, Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy. They are at 7 under par. That's after one round. 3 more to go. What did Tiger Woods do? He has chosen not to play in this tournament. That's mysterious because this is a big one. But it could be he's trying to get himself physically ready for the Masters. That's coming up in just a couple of weeks. But as far as the TPC is concerned, and it is a $25 million purse for which they are playing, Scheffler and McIlroy tied for the lead.
Well, like I said, I feel like I'm going to have some good napping this weekend. At least my dad will be. All right, so last night I had high hopes for my K-State Wildcats to go against Iowa, but in the end, they were just way too much for my Wildcats.
They were tired. Kansas State was tired from that game.
You can tell.
It has maybe some local ramifications, but rather than get into that, we'll see what happens as the days go on. Anyway, as far as the top teams, you mentioned Kansas State, Iowa, the Hawkeyes winning it. Connecticut and Xavier. Connecticut's, of course, one of the top teams in the country. They took Xavier right out of the tournament, 87-60. Houston is the consensus number 1 team in America. They beat Texas Christian 60-45, and it looks like the season may be over for Arkansas. They were beaten by South Carolina 80-66. That all boils down, Mike, to Selection Sunday, which is coming up in 48 hours. The men's show will be at 5 o'clock on CBS. The ladies' show will be 2 hours later at 7 o'clock on ESPN, and we'll find out where all the national contenders, and there are a bunch of them, 68 in all, 68 for the ladies, 68 for the men, will all be invited to play in the national tournament, and put the ball on the court and let's play.
And if you want to hear what your guys' real in-depth thoughts are about Selection Sunday, it's a little show going on Sunday at noon, Ned Talk, and I know that's what you guys are going to be talking about.
We'll be talking about the possibilities of who's going to end up in the Final Four. We'll be talking basketball. We'll also be talking a little baseball, and we will also talk the Chiefs.
Yes, sir, Bob. We'll see if we got any moves between now and then, too. Ned, you have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday.